What's up? I look weird. I'm
Yeah,
on the
you
wrong
do.
side. Where am I at? Let's go ahead and throw things backwards on everybody. On me.
Yeah.
My hair looks weird. Wait. Uh, so I just had a thought that I wanted to kind of see if there's something that I'm doing different that Kelly is doing that she's applying in her life that I haven't been applying in my life. So what I want you to go over all the things that you've been doing that have, so real quick, I was at a customer's house. Hey, Sister Rose, I love you. I was at a customer's house of mine, a friend, a mom. I was at a friend's house working, and she mentioned Kelly and how everything about her is just glowing. Like there's this transformation. And I felt so alone. What about me? No. But she did. She mentioned Kelly and how she can just tell like there's this weight lifted, that there's just so much like her aura. She didn't say aura, but her energy. You can see that she's so much lighter and that so much has changed in her life. And something that I thought is, so what is it? I know that we've talked about a lot of things, but go over like a day. Okay, so go over a day or a week. Go over what is it that you're doing that is really making this transformation, because it's whoever's been watching, I've gotten it from a few people. People are noticing that something is changing about you. So what is it
really?
It's obvious, and it's obvious to me, and you feel it, but yes, what is it that you're doing that you think, okay, let's say the top 5 to 10 things that you have been doing that have caused this transformation in your life?
Okay. So one of the, this is in no order or anything, but one of the biggest things I feel that has made a difference is exercising. Like, I have not exercised in my whole life, really. When I was younger, I would do soccer and stuff, but I've just never, I've always been real small, and I've never had weight issues, and I've always been really healthy. I've just never had to have surgery. I've been good, and so.
You were a great little soccer player.
Yeah. I know Dad said, I forgot this, but he said that I made 7 goals in one game one time. I was like, man, I wish I could remember that. But, so after I had surgeries and stuff, I lost a lot of weight, and I was really physically just not well. And President Ori had suggested at that time that I start doing yoga. And so this was 4 or 5 years ago, I guess, now. And oh my goodness. So I found a free yoga thing online, and I started doing yoga, and my balance was so bad, and I could barely do any of the stretches. I was so tight, my whole body, it was bad. I realized how unhealthy I truly was. And so I started doing yoga, and then Maddie, my daughter, she started doing Pilates about 1.5 years ago, and I just saw the change in her, and I was just like, man, that's something I need. And so then I started doing that, and that was helping me to get out of the house, because I've been a hermit for a few years, and just going in public places, I didn't want to drive anywhere, I didn't want to go anywhere, I didn't want to talk to people, because I had just become very reclusive. And so just getting out the house 2 times a week to do Pilates, to be around people.
You got a little social group.
Yeah. When no one talks, because we're all laying on our back, listening to an instructor. But yeah. I'm around people.
Yeah.
And so just the physically feeling better, my body just, I'm stretching more, learning about stretching and all the emotions and stuff that's stuck in our body. As I've started yoga and I started doing all these things, just all of the stuff from the past, and like, I don't know, it's clearing out of me.
The deeper you get, the deeper you get.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So exercise has been one thing. The way that I eat has completely changed from the time that we were kids, you know. I mean, we just would always eat just crap. I mean, and it's no, and I shouldn't say that, because mom
my kids
cooked
eat
some good foods. I mean,
yeah.
we had the meat every meal, and like gravies, and just had biscuits.
We were spoiled
like,
with good
we
food.
ate really well. But I've always had like a lot, just sugar and dairy and ice cream and chips, and I've just always eaten anything that I've ever wanted to eat, because it has not. I didn't realize, you know, that it was affecting my body, because like I said, I've just always been at a good weight.
We are very blessed with a metabolism that's out of this world.
Right. Yeah. And so just over the past few years, and it was really after I had surgery and I wasn't able to eat, and I'd lost a lot of weight, when I became very aware of my body and how foods were affecting my body, because I wasn't able to eat a lot. Kind of like fasting. Whenever you're not eating and you do put something in your body, you're just really aware, like pastas, and just I recognize how stuff bloats me, you know, and just makes me uncomfortable. And when we're physically uncomfortable, it affects us.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's that. So those are two things, like with my body. Then meditating would be like a huge, that's probably the number one thing that has truly shifted me and the way that I see this world. Just sitting and even just going to the camp, going into nature, and just connecting with the spirit in a way that I just never have in my life. I mean, I've always felt the spirit in my life for the most part, but I've never searched for it. Like, I've always just allowed it to float into my life. You know, it's like, yes, I make choices to have the spirit in my life, but I've never gone like, I want the spirit in my life. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Working
like,
for it.
Yeah. Seeking it, asking for it, praying, like constantly praying to feel the spirit in my life daily, to help me make choices in my life.
With the meditation, like you said, we pray and then we go about our lives and we don't take the time to listen.
Right.
So we don't have that opportunity to really feel the spirit.
Right. Yeah. So, and it has helped me to, as I sit and I quiet my mind. I mean, it doesn't stay quiet, you know, because with meditation you begin to think stuff, and so and so it's helped me to really recognize my behaviors, my part, you know. It's helped me to get out of the blame game. I've become completely responsible and accountable for my own personal life and happiness.
That's
I
awesome.
have stopped placing it upon my husband, you know, upon my children, upon you. Like, I've stopped giving my happiness to other people for them to make me happy. I create my own happiness. So it's like I can be anywhere doing anything and be totally good. I mean, it's really weird.
That's awesome.
So meditation has been something. What else do I do? Like, I feel like
You've mentioned your art, like getting into your
yes.
talents, finding your talents again.
Yes, like my mom, when I was younger, you know, she taught all of us to paint. We would sit and, you know, she teaches little techniques and stuff. And I've always liked painting. My husband has bought me paint sets, and like he bought me an easel, and I mean, he's bought me so much paint stuff because he knows that that's something, you know, that I have in me. But I just never have, because I've just always been too busy doing other things, and I haven't taken time for myself to develop that. And So probably over the past, when we moved into our apartment here, so that was like a year and a half ago, I set up a little corner with a table, and I just leave it up all the time. And so I've got like my easel, and I've got paints everywhere and canvases, and so I just leave it out so that whenever I have free time and I'm like, I need something to do, like I'll do that. And I have learned so much about myself. It has taught me about like my perfectionism, like it's even taught me about the way that I am in life. Like I have a hard time seeing depth in painting, and in life I have a hard time seeing the end, like seeing like say we're gonna build a house, I can't see the end, I can't see the house built yet. I'm like, well, first I need to find the property. You know, it's like I have a hard time with depth perception even in life. I'm like right here at the beginning, I'm in whatever is happening. It is, yeah, being creative is really, it's teaching me just so much about myself. Something else that has it has completely changed my life, I mean it just does, is church, is going to church
and actually being there and interacting with people, and maybe even staying after for a little while, getting there early. And because now I've always gone to church, like from the time I was little. I mean, we've just always been brought to church. I was going to church falling out the pew. I mean, I've always gone to church, even if I was...
Right, ducking out.
Yeah. Sad to say, but I mean...
No, but I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
like, it
was good for me.
Yeah, that's where we need to be, because...
It might be embarrassing for people around me, but, you know, that's where I like to be.
Right, yeah, exactly. I kind of stopped going to church for a few years, and it was, and I understand why, and it was good for me to have that experience, because it taught me so much about myself and helped me to recognize things truly about church and about religion that does need to change. Like I think that so many times in church, you know, it's like all about kind of the works. It's kind of like about what we're doing. It's kind of, you know, like, how do I even explain this? Like, my relationship with Jesus Christ, that's what it is. That's the difference, is my relationship with Jesus Christ is different.
Which is all that matters.
Well,
I mean,
it is.
We get caught up in
matters.
Everything else.
And that's, you know, and it was during that time that I was not going to church when my relationship with Jesus Christ was able to, like, not that it was able to, but it became a deeper thing for me. Like, I had him. I didn't have anyone else. I didn't have church. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't, you know, doing all those things that I've been told my whole life to do. And so it's like, but I had him. And that relationship with him deepened in a way that maybe would not have deepened had I not had that time. And so whenever I started going back to church and going through like the repentance process and you know, all of that, it was like just going through that process, sitting with the bishop and just, you know, doing the confession and just cleansing just everything that was in me, you know, that needed to come out of me. I mean, it was just very freeing. You know, just confession is freeing.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And the last thing that I think maybe could be something that has made such a difference lately is the temple, going to the temple and serving, like becoming a worker at the temple.
Oh, yeah.
I think that has helped me to be really aware of the choices that I'm making, just in a different way, and just it's helping me to just continually work on cleansing all the things within me that how do I even I want the Spirit in my life. And so anything that is not in alignment with the Spirit, like, it's just helping me. It's helping me, and it's never in like a guilt way. Like, it's never makes me feel guilty or bad or shameful or, all these bad things. It's always just a very gentle way of showing me ways that I can progress and be better.
That's awesome.
And so I think that those are really...
And I guess to connect with everybody on that part, everybody needs a temple, a place to go, whether it's nature or, what is that place for everybody?
Well, the temple too, like for me, going to the camp and sitting up on Prayer Hill surrounded by oak trees. I told my son, I'm like, this is my temple.
Yeah.
Like, this is, because it's that's what it is. It's being in a place surrounded just by peace and serenity, and just a place where you can connect with the Spirit and just feel at peace. So if you don't have a temple that you're able to go to, it's in nature is the closest thing to temple. Or even sitting in your bath. I mean, just really truly it's being in peaceful places where you can connect to the Spirit. That's
awesome. So your meditation, physical health, nutrition, your spiritual place that you go to, and what was
being creative,
your creativity.
Yeah, because creativity is so important, because you're able to connect. It's like you're co-creating with God, because anybody who's creative, like with music, just anything, any creativity,
your talent is.
You know that it's not you. Like, it's something that is flowing through you that you are bringing into this world. It's just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So creativity is a great thing.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing that I would add to that we've talked about for a few discussions now is, with all the things that we've worked on, and I need to find something that I'm really creative. I've thought a lot about art, and my thing is just I'm so self-critical. Like, I'm so scared to just start, and it's like, why? My daughter Ella told me, just do it, just start drawing something. And I'm going to do that, because I have a picture that I painted from Mom, and it was good. I was a kid. But with all those things that you've done to make that transition in your life that we're still on a daily basis working on and progressing, the fasting really, I think, with all those things that you've been doing, it feels like the last month everything has just been multiplied by 100.
Absolutely.
It just it's so amazing. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's there's just so many things we can do that are positive, that are so good, and it makes it possible for us to be available and to fulfill our purpose, which is to share and to just bring light into the world.
That's another thing is, as I'm going about my days and I'm doing stuff, and I'm very open to the Spirit moving me and guiding me in my life, it brings people's names, to my mind, and so I'll just go to someone's house, and visit with them for a little while, or, and it's always been so uplifting. Like, it's always, I can always feel the Spirit working through me in our conversations, and even if I don't ever even say a whole lot, it's just being there for other people and just listening, because that's what people need. And so that is something too. Just being available.
And I also see that you live in the present moment. Not to add to what you're saying, but
no,
the living in the present moment, and it's just so, it's so freeing. It is. Those things that you mentioned, that is just, it's so transforming, transformative, and
and they're just so simple.
It is, but
And
it's just
it's
a matter of making it a
consistency.
habit. Yes.
It's making it a habit.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's so easy to make an unhealthy habit, you know. It's not hard to eat junk food every day for 21 days to form a good habit of,
Right.
you know, or just sitting on my butt for 21 days. But to dedicate yourself to doing something, it's like saying, okay, well, let's do this for a month. And if it makes me feel better, I'll keep doing it. And if it doesn't, well, I can go back to eating crap again. You know?
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because it's like my body just feels so much better.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep moving forward with you. That's great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful.
And I'm glad I glow.
Yeah. When she said that, and it's so true. I mean, it's just from the day that we started doing this, and you know,
Yeah.
I love that we don't have any motive other than to share our journey, you know. I didn't see our last post for like a week, and I pulled it up and I was like, well, people are watching us, you know. Like, that's really cool. I really appreciate it. But my life is changing every day for the better. I feel healthier. I have so much energy. Like, I was deep cleaning and doing things at the camp, and like, really, I mean, people that know me could be thinking like, what's Corey on? What is he on? But it's just, eventually, I just don't care, you know. I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna nod out tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna still be doing me. So that's great. Those things are definitely. I want to work on the creativity part. That's something I'm gonna commit to working on.
And is there something that you do that's different than the things that I've said? Like, is there something else that you do?
The prayer and meditation, the prayer, I used to just be really like repetitive in my prayers. My prayers were always like the same thing, and I'd get up and go. But now I really think, like, I'll be praying and I'll stop and like might have 30 seconds, and then other people will come to mind, but I'm praying just for things that I never prayed for before. There's so much in my life now that I'm praying for the peace, and you know, and I'm doing it. You know, I say that that I've disconnected from everybody and I'm in this place, but I still have concern, and I still have I hope for the best for all those people that I love. So I spend a lot of time praying for peace in other people's lives, because I want people to feel what I'm feeling. And I know that I can't make anybody feel what I feel, but I do. I want what is going on in my life. I want everybody to have it, and I want everybody to just experience what I've been experiencing. So prayer is one thing that I've definitely, my praying is like, I'm moving towards Dad's type of praying. Like, it was either last night or the night before, I was praying, and I was actually on the side of the bed, and when I got up, I was like, oh, wow. You know, my legs were cramped. I was like, wow. Yeah. But praying and my working out now, I'm not really obsessed. You know, I've lost that obsession with working out, but I still do it most days. But I've changed my workout to where I'm just, my workouts are different. And I don't have the mentality of how do I look.
Right. It's
And
how do I feel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So my workouts have really changed, and my work ethic, like my busy life. I go from 6 a.m. to midnight. I sleep 6 hours, and that is a 7-day-a-week thing, and I don't run out of energy, but my head hits the
Like,
pillow.
How in the world do you do it?
My head hits the pillow, I'm asleep. And actually, when I'm in Minnesota, 5:30, I wake up to Cody running on the treadmill. That's my alarm clock. And I love it, so it's like 5.5, 6 hours. And how do I do it? It's because I'm eating right, I'm exercising, I'm meditating, I'm praying, and I don't have time to be, that bad word, tired, as Dad says. I don't have a tired state of mind. My mind is clear today, and I'm not fogged by the things that I've been just so obsessed with. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and life is good.
It really is.
Yeah, there's no reason to worry about tomorrow. There's no reason to have regret about yesterday. And like we mentioned in our last one, eternity is right now. And something that I was thinking about is God he doesn't live this linear timeline that we live. Well, we don't have to live that either. We don't have to live in yesterday or tomorrow or now. We can just live in the present moment. We can just be happy right now, give it all to Him, and just know, no matter how screwed up it looks to me or to the world, it is all perfect. It is all perfect. My life is perfect today. I'm not perfect. I am by far from perfect. But my life, it is what God has made it. And I accept it completely. I embrace it completely. I love my life today. I love being in recovery, and I love the peace that comes along with it. So keep glowing. Keep glowing. You just keep doing your thing. Life is beautiful. And for y'all that listen to us, I'm so grateful, because we just wanted one person. So you are that one person.
That's right.
We love y'all.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.